Hello everyone, so welcome back to our lesson. So we're going to discuss now part 2 of quarter 4 module 1, and it will specifically discuss the topic about longitude. Let us start the lesson by discussing the what I know portion for the part 2 or the longitude part. So what do you call the line of the globe that runs from north to south? That's longitude. What do you call the starting point of longitude measured in 0 degree? That's prime meridian. Which of the following describes the right side of the prime meridian? So eastern hemisphere. What imaginary line of the globe is read as 0 degree longitude? That's prime meridian. Which of the following describes the left side of the prime meridian? That's western hemisphere. What imaginary line of the globe is read as 180 degrees longitude? That's anti-meridian. What is the longitude of point 4? So point 4, the longitude, so when you say longitude, take a look at the vertical line. So it's 75 degrees west. What is the longitude of point 7? So point 7 is here, the vertical line is 45 degrees west. What is the latitude and longitude of point 3? So for the latitude, horizontal line, take a look at the horizontal line. So it's 30 degrees and it's in the north. Then for the longitude, take a look at the vertical line. It's 45 degrees and it's in the eastern hemisphere, so it's 45 degrees east. Which of the following best describe the lines of longitude? So its lines are not parallel to each other. Then, it does not form circles and it meet at the poles. How can you locate the exact places on the Earth? So use the intersecting lines of latitude and longitude. Which of the following best differentiates latitude from longitude? So lines of latitude do not meet while longitude lines meet at the poles. And lines of latitude are parallel to the equator and to each other, while longitude lines are not parallel to each other. Which of the following statements best describes prime meridian and anti-meridian? So longitude 180 degrees represents the anti-meridian. Like the prime meridian, longitude 180 degrees represents the boundary of the eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. And starting at the prime meridian, moving 180 degrees to the east or to the west brings you to longitude 180 degrees. AJ discussed with his classmates that to locate exact places on the Earth, one must look at the neighboring area to describe the location. Is he correct about his explanation? No, because one must look at the intersecting lines of latitude and longitude. Alright, for number 15, looking at the illustration given below, which of the following does not describe location A with respect to its latitude and longitude? So it's located in the northern hemisphere. Does not describe. No, it is located in the western hemisphere and it is located in the southern hemisphere. So they did not describe the location of A because location A is in the northern hemisphere and it is in the eastern hemisphere. Alright, so our topic is all about longitude. So before we proceed, let's recall the 5 special names of latitude. In latitude 0 degree, it's equator, 23.5 degrees north, Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degrees south, Tropic of Capricorn, 66.5 degrees north, Arctic Circle, and 66.5 degrees south, that's Antarctic Circle. So basically, longitude runs from north to south vertically. Okay? So, are the lines of longitude parallel from each other? No. Does it form circles at the poles? It's no. This should be no. Okay? No. How can we erase this one? Erase. Oh, we cannot erase it. This should be no. Okay? Does the lines of longitude meet or not? They meet at the poles. In general, describe the lines of longitude. So in describing, you just reiterate the terms here. That the lines of longitude are not parallel, they do not form circles, and they meet at the poles. That's how you are going to describe the longitude. Alright, so again, lines that run from north to south, longitudes, and the 0-degree longitude, we call it prime meridian. On the opposite side is 180 degrees longitude, and we call it the anti-meridian. Okay, it's the opposite of the prime meridian, it's anti-meridian. So basically, the prime meridian and the anti-meridian divide the globe into its eastern in the right side and western hemisphere in the left side of the prime meridian, basically. So in the right side again is the eastern hemisphere, and in the western hemisphere is in the left side of the prime meridian. Okay. So starting at the prime meridian, moving 180 degrees to the east or to the west brings you to longitude 180 degrees, or we call it anti-meridian. So basically, the same ang kanyang function ni prime meridian. Si anti-meridian divides it represents the boundary of the eastern and the western hemisphere. So basically, itong prime meridian at si anti-meridian, they are the opposite, or they are on the opposite sides of the world. So let's try to find the longitude. So when you say longitude, you have to focus on the vertical lines and identify whether it's in the eastern or western hemisphere. So eastern siya kung nasa right side ni prime meridian, western siya kung nasa left side ni prime meridian. So dito, hindi ko na naisulat itong degree symbol kasi mawawala lahat kapag isusulat ko. Kayo nang magsulat sa degree symbol. Dapat may degree symbol ha. Hindi pwedeng ganito lang. Magiging wrong ang inyong answer kapag hindi nyo isusulat itong unit ng unit kasi spherical ang ating globe. So, meron siyang unit na degree. So, point 2, nasa 15 degrees and it's east. Point 3, that's 45 degrees and it's east. Point 4 is 75 degrees west. Point 5 is 15 degrees west. Point 6 is 15 degrees east. Point 7 is 45 degrees west. Point 8 is 60 degrees west. Point 9, 30 degrees east. And point 10, 60 degrees east. Okay. So, not all lines of longitude are shown on a globe. So, if you want to find 20 degrees west, where should you look? So, 20 degrees west, you are going to locate it in between 15 and 30, of course. So, it's in between. So, what have you learned? It's your turn to answer this part. In the what I can do portion, so si Pangasinan, point A siya. So, nasa 17 degrees. And it's north. And nasa 120 degrees east. Okay? And so on. You may pause this video to go over to our answers. Make sure to put degree symbol. Degree symbol kasi kapag ito lang ang isusulat ninyo, magiging wrong ang inyong sagot dyan. Dapat merong unit. Hindi ko na naisulat ang unit kasi mawawala ito kapag isusulat. I don't know what happened. And for the assessment portion, let's answer it. Which of the following describes a longitude? So it is an imaginary line that runs from north to south. What do you call the imaginary line that divides the place on the earth in an east-west direction? So that's longitude. Which of the following best describes the prime meridian? So it's vertical and it is the center line. It is 0 degree longitude. What do you call the opposite longitude of prime meridian? So it's anti-meridian. What is the longitude of point 1? Longitude. So just focus on the vertical line, 15 degrees west. What is the longitude of point 9? 30 degrees east. What is the latitude and longitude of point 2? Latitude is the horizontal line, so it's 45. Then longitude is the vertical line, it's 15 degrees east. So what is the latitude and longitude of point 7? Point 7 is 30 degrees south, 45 degrees west. What point is the latitude and longitude of 15 degrees north? 15 degrees north, 75 degrees west. So it's point 4. So which of the following does not describe the lines of longitude? It does not meet at the poles. Does not describe the lines of longitude. Kasi dapat nag-meet sa poles man si longitude. So ito does not describe ito. Does not meet at the poles, parallel to the equator and to each other. Form circles that are smaller at the poles. Actually, itong diniscribe dito is the latitude. Kaya, this one does not describe the longitude. Which of the following does not differentiate latitude from longitude? So, lines of latitude that do not form circles while longitude lines do. It's the opposite. Lines of latitude runs vertically from north to south while lines of longitude runs horizontally from east to west. It's the other way around. Lines of longitude runs vertically from north to south, while lines of latitude runs horizontally from east to west. So basically, it does not describe the lines of longitude yan. So which of the following statements best describe the lines of longitude? So lines do not form circles, lines meet at the poles, lines are not parallel to each other. So 1, 2, 3, 4 lines have the same length. So these lines of longitude have the same length. So which of the following statements does not describe prime meridian and anti-meridian? So like the prime meridian, longitude 180 degrees represent boundary of the eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. It does not describe. This describe. The prime meridian and longitude when they are on the same size. No, this should be 2, yes. So the prime meridian and longitude 180 degrees are on the opposite sides of the world. So that is why 2 only yung answer. AJ discussed with his classmates that to locate the exact places on the earth, one must look only at the latitude lines. Is he correct about his explanation? No, because one must look at the intersecting lines of latitude and longitude. Hindi po pwedeng latitude lang. Dapat si latitude and si longitude talaga. And for number 15, letter B ang answer natin. For additional activities, you may pause this video to go over to our correct answers. Okay, so that is the additional activities answer. You may pause this video for you to be able to go over to our correct answers. So this ends our video lesson. Yes, this ends our video lesson. So thank you so much for watching this video and see you around for our module 2 discussion. Bye bye. Thank you so much.